The man Napoleon Hill, Who He Really Is, written and published by the Zillionpro. Chapter 1, Mythmaker in the Making. Napoleon Hill. The name conjures images of unwavering determination, the power of positive thinking, and the blueprint to achieving immense wealth. His most famous work, Think and Grow Rich, has sold millions of copies and continues to inspire hopeful readers across generations. But who was the man behind the message? This chapter looks into the early life of Napoleon Hill, peeling back the layers to understand the experiences that shaped him and the seeds that sprouted into his philosophy of success. Humble beginnings. Napoleon Hill was born in 1883 in a small town in Virginia. His childhood was far from privileged. His father, a miner, died when Napoleon was just 10 years old, leaving his mother and younger brother to fend for themselves. Despite the hardship, Hill displayed an early aptitude for learning. He devoured books and honed his writing skills, contributing articles to local newspapers. This thirst for knowledge and nascent storytelling ability would become crucial elements in his future endeavors. A spark of ambition. At the age of 13, an encounter with a traveling salesman named Bob Crane ignited a fire within young Napoleon. Crane, a charismatic speaker with a seemingly boundless zest for life, planted the seed of ambition in Hill's mind. Crane spoke of the power of goals and the importance of a positive mindset. This encounter, Hill later claimed, sparked his lifelong interest in the science of success. Early steps in journalism. Napoleon's ambition soon led him to pursue a career in journalism. He landed a job at a local newspaper, the Talladega Daily Reporter, showcasing his talent for capturing stories and connecting with the community. Journalism wasn't just a profession for Hill, it became a platform to hone his writing skills and a springboard for bigger opportunities. The enigmatic Andrew Carnegie. By the early 1900s, Hill's ambition had outgrown his small-town newspaper job. He set his sights on a grander stage and a more influential figure, Andrew Carnegie, the self-made steel magnate. Hill, inspired by Carnegie's rags to riches story and his belief in the power of individual achievement, convinced Carnegie to share his secrets to success. Here, the historical record becomes murky. Hill claimed to have secured a 20-year research partnership with Carnegie, during which he interviewed successful men and synthesized their philosophies into his now famous principles. However, the extent of Carnegie's involvement and the verification of these interviews remain a subject of debate. The seeds of a philosophy are sown, regardless of the specifics of his interactions with Carnegie. This period undoubtedly shaped Hill's perspective. He became fascinated by the concept of success and the underlying principles that propelled individuals to achieve greatness. Hill's experiences, both his humble beginnings and his exposure to prominent figures, fueled his desire to understand and ultimately share the secrets of success. Conclusion. Napoleon Hill's early life was a tapestry woven with ambition, hardship, and a thirst for knowledge. His encounters with Bob Crane and Andrew Carnegie planted the seeds of a philosophy that would later take shape in his most well-known work. In the following chapters, we will dig deeper into the truth behind his claims, explore his other writings, and ultimately evaluate the legacy of the man who dared to write a guide to achieving riches. Chapter 2, The Carnegie Connection. Fact or fiction? Napoleon Hill's claim to fame rests heavily on his alleged 20-year partnership with Andrew Carnegie. Think and Grow Rich hinges on the idea that Hill gleaned success secrets from Carnegie and other titans of industry. But how much truth lies behind this cornerstone of Hill's philosophy? This chapter dissects the historical evidence and investigates the legitimacy of the Carnegie connection. The power of a name. Andrew Carnegie was a household name in the early 1900s. He wasn't just a steel magnate, he was a symbol of the American dream. A man who rose from poverty to become one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. Associating himself with Carnegie lent instant credibility to Hill's nascent philosophy of success. Carnegie's endorsement, even if only implied, would have been a powerful marketing tool, capable of propelling Hill's ideas into the public eye. The murky partnership. Hill's account of the partnership with Carnegie is shrouded in ambiguity. He claimed to have secured a meeting with Carnegie in 1908. Convincing the steel magnate to share his success secrets with a group of prominent men. Hill then allegedly spent the next 2 decades interviewing successful individuals and distilling their wisdom into his principles. However, the historical record paints a different picture. Carnegie's personal archives and letters reveal no concrete evidence of a formal 20-year partnership or a structured interview process. Some historians suggest Hill may have had a brief correspondence with Carnegie, but the extent of their interaction remains unclear. The quest for verification, the lack of documented evidence, has fueled skepticism towards Hill's claims. Critics point out that there are no first-hand accounts of these interviews with successful men, nor is there any verifiable list of interviewees. This raises questions about the authenticity of the core principles outlined in Think and Grow Rich. Beyond the documentation, despite the lack of concrete proof, some argue that the absence of documentation doesn't necessarily negate the core message of Hill's work. They suggest that Hill may have drawn inspiration from various sources, including Carnegie's published works and lectures, and synthesized them into his own framework. The power of Think and Grow Rich, they argue, lies not solely in its historical basis but in the effectiveness of its core principles, regardless of their origin. A legacy of doubt. The ambiguity surrounding the Carnegie partnership has cast a long shadow over Napoleon Hill's legacy. While it's undeniable that Hill was an astute marketer and a skilled writer, the question of whether he was a truthful chronicler of success secrets remains a point of contention moving forward. Regardless of the historical accuracy of Hill's claims, the following chapters will delve deeper into the actual content of Think and Grow Rich and explore Hill's other works. We will analyze the enduring popularity of his ideas and discuss the importance of critical thinking when approaching self-help literature. Chapter 3, Beyond Think and Grow Rich, Unveiling Hill's Legacy. Napoleon Hill's name is synonymous with his best-selling book, Think and Grow Rich. However, Hill's impact on the self-help movement extends far beyond this single title. This chapter explores the breadth of his work, the influence he has had on personal development philosophy, and the enduring popularity of Think and Grow Rich despite the controversies surrounding its origins. A universe of success. While Think and Grow Rich remains Hill's most famous work, it wasn't his only foray into the realm of success principles. Hill published numerous books and articles throughout his career, each one offering a unique perspective on achieving personal fulfillment. Earlier works like The Law of Success and The Magic Ladder to Success laid the foundation for the ideas later developed in Think and Grow Rich. The Napoleon Hill Foundation. Hill's legacy extends beyond his written works. In 1967, he established the Napoleon Hill Foundation, a non-profit organization dedicated to perpetuating his philosophy of leadership, self-motivation, and individual achievement. The foundation continues to educate and inspire individuals through seminars, publications, and educational programs. The self-help movement. Napoleon Hill's work is a cornerstone of the modern self-help movement. His emphasis on positive thinking, goal setting, and the power of the subconscious mind resonated with millions of readers seeking to improve their lives. Hill's ideas inspired countless other self-help authors and contributed to the explosion of personal development literature in the 20th and 21st centuries. The enduring allure of Think and Grow Rich, despite the controversies surrounding its historical underpinnings, Think and Grow Rich remains a bestseller. Why? Several factors contribute to its enduring popularity. Universality of themes. Hill's core principles, desire, faith, persistence, and a positive mental attitude, transcend cultural and socio-economic boundaries. These themes resonate with readers regardless of their background or circumstances. Simple yet powerful language. Hill presented his ideas in a clear, concise, and easy to understand manner. He avoided overly complex jargon, making his message accessible to a broad audience. The power of hope and inspiration. Hill's message is ultimately one of hope and empowerment. He argues that anyone, regardless of their starting point, can achieve success through focused effort and the right mindset. This message continues to motivate and inspire readers across generations. A legacy of controversy and inspiration. Napoleon Hill's legacy is a complex one. He was both a brilliant marketer and a writer who captivated the imagination of millions. While the historical accuracy of his claims to a direct partnership with Andrew Carnegie may be disputed, The core principles outlined in his work continue to resonate with readers seeking personal growth. The following chapters will look into the man behind the message, exploring his personal struggles and examining the lasting impact of his philosophy on the concept of success. Chapter 4, The Man Behind the Message, Napoleon Hill's Personal Struggles. Napoleon Hill, the self-proclaimed architect of success, preached principles of unwavering determination and the power of positive thinking. Yet, his own life story paints a picture riddled with financial difficulties, personal conflicts, and inconsistencies between his teachings and his actions. This chapter goes into the man behind the message, exploring the struggles that may have shaped his perspective and the discrepancies that raise questions about his authenticity. The cracks in the facade. Hill's life was far from the rags to riches fairy tale often associated with his teachings. While he did overcome a challenging childhood, business ventures throughout his career met with repeated failure. The Acre Hill Lumber Company faced accusations of mail fraud, and the Automobile College of Washington was labeled a scam. These financial setbacks raise questions about the effectiveness of Hill's success principles in his own life. A tumultuous personal life. Hill's personal life was equally tumultuous. His first marriage, at the young age of 15, was annulled. His subsequent marriages were marred by allegations of abuse and infidelity. These struggles contradict the image of domestic harmony and stability often associated with achieving success. Living the message. The discrepancies between the life Hill presented and the life he actually lived raise questions about his credibility. If his principles were truly the key to achieving success, why didn't they translate to consistent financial prosperity and marital bliss in his own life? This inconsistency fuels skepticism towards the universality of his message. The power of adversity. However, some argue that Hill's personal struggles may have been the very catalyst for his philosophy. Perhaps facing adversity firsthand fueled his desire to understand the principles of success and share them with others. Experiencing failure could have propelled him to distill lessons that resonated with those facing similar challenges. A complex tapestry. Napoleon Hill's life story is a complex tapestry woven with ambition, setbacks, and a persistent belief in the power of the human mind. His struggles don't necessarily invalidate the core principles of his work. They do, however, encourage a more nuanced understanding of the man behind the message. The role of motivation over biography. Perhaps the most important takeaway isn't whether Hill lived a life of perfect success but whether his words inspire others to achieve their own goals. The power of his writing may lie not in the specifics of his own journey but in its ability to motivate and empower readers to take charge of their own destinies moving forward. The following chapter will explore the legacy of Napoleon Hill's work as a whole. We will discuss the importance of critical thinking when approaching self-help literature and separate the controversy surrounding the origins of his ideas from the potential effectiveness of the principles themselves. Chapter 5, Legacy Redefined. Separating Fact from Fiction. Napoleon Hill's impact on the self-help movement is undeniable. Think and Grow Rich continues to sell millions of copies, and his core principles, positive thinking, goal setting, and the power of the subconscious mind, have inspired countless individuals. However, the controversies surrounding Hill's work necessitate a critical re-evaluation of his legacy. This chapter separates fact from fiction and explores the importance of critical thinking when approaching self-help literature. The power of critical thinking. The story of Napoleon Hill is a cautionary tale for anyone who blindly accepts self-help literature at face value. Hill's work is a potent reminder of the importance of critical thinking. Readers should evaluate the claims made in self-help books and compare them to historical evidence and verifiable research. Beyond the hype. Moving beyond the controversy surrounding Hill's work, a deeper analysis of the core principles outlined in Think and Grow Rich is necessary. Do these principles hold merit, or are they simply motivational fluff? Universality and adaptability. While the historical context surrounding Hill's work may be questionable, the core principles themselves, desire, faith, persistence, and a positive mental attitude, possess a certain universality. These are timeless concepts that can be adapted and applied to various aspects of life. The role of individual action. The most valuable aspect of Hill's work may be its emphasis on individual action and responsibility. His message encourages readers to take control of their lives, set clear goals, and develop a resilient mindset. Regardless of their historical underpinnings, the core principles can serve as a starting point for personal growth if approached with a healthy dose of skepticism and adapted to individual circumstances. The enduring legacy. Napoleon Hill's legacy remains complex. He was a skilled marketer, a captivating writer, and a man with a persistent belief in the power of human potential. While the historical accuracy of his claims may be disputed, his ideas continue to resonate with readers because they speak to a fundamental human desire, the desire to achieve more and live a fulfilling life. Learning from the past, shaping the future. By critically analyzing Hill's work, we can separate fact from fiction and extract valuable lessons for the future of self-help literature. Hill's story reminds us to be discerning readers, to demand evidence and research alongside motivation, and to critically evaluate the claims made in self-help books. The journey continues. Napoleon Hill may not have been the success story he portrayed himself to be, but his work sparked a conversation about personal development and achievement that continues to this day. As we move forward, the lessons learned from Hill's legacy can guide us in navigating the ever-expanding landscape of self-help literature and fostering a more critical and thoughtful approach to personal growth. Chapter 6. The Myth and the Message. Finding value in Napoleon Hill's work. Napoleon Hill's story is a captivating one, a blend of rags to riches aspirations, questionable claims, and undeniable influence. We've looked into the complexities of his life, the controversies surrounding his work, and the enduring popularity of his ideas. This final chapter explores the question, how can we extract value from Hill's work while acknowledging its limitations? Moving beyond the hype, the allure of a quick fix to achieving success is a powerful one. However, Hill's work, when approached critically, offers more than just empty promises. Instead of focusing solely on the historical accuracy of his claims, we can shift our perspective to analyze the potential benefits of his core principles. The power of positive thinking. A central theme in Hill's work is the importance of positive thinking. While the idea may seem simplistic, a growing body of research suggests a correlation between optimism and greater life satisfaction, improved health outcomes, and enhanced resilience in the face of challenges. Hill's emphasis on positive thinking, when combined with concrete action and adaptability, can serve as a valuable tool for personal growth. Goal setting as a foundation. Another cornerstone of Hill's philosophy is the importance of setting well-defined goals. Research supports this principle as well. Clearly defined goals provide a sense of direction, motivate action, and facilitate progress tracking. Hill's emphasis on goal setting can serve as a starting point for individuals seeking to take charge of their lives and achieve their desired outcomes. The power of belief. Hill's work emphasizes the power of belief in achieving success. While blind optimism is not a recipe for success, cultivating a belief in oneself and one's ability to achieve goals can be a powerful motivator. This belief system becomes even more potent when coupled with hard work, strategic planning, and a willingness to adapt to changing circumstances. A framework, not a guarantee. It's crucial to remember that Hill's work is a framework, not a guaranteed path to riches or instant success. External factors like socioeconomic background, access to resources, and even luck play a significant role in life outcomes. The importance of individuality. One of the most valuable aspects of Hill's work lies in its emphasis on individual action and responsibility. His principles encourage readers to take ownership of their lives, develop a growth mindset, and persist through challenges. While the specifics of Hill's 13 Steps to Riches may not be universally applicable, the core message of personal accountability remains relevant. The final word. Napoleon Hill's legacy is a tapestry woven with ambition, controversy, and a persistent belief in human potential. While the historical accuracy of his work may be debated, his ideas continue to resonate because they touch upon fundamental human desires to improve ourselves, achieve our goals, and live fulfilling lives. By approaching Hill's work with critical discernment, recognizing his limitations while extracting valuable principles, we can chart our own course towards personal growth and achievement. The story of Napoleon Hill is ultimately a testament to the human capacity for invention, resilience, and the power of storytelling. Whether his methods were rooted in historical fact or not, his message continues to spark conversations about success, personal development, and the power of the human mind.